Hey guys, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel. Today is another day of the 12 days of tutorials. Honestly, at this point, I've kind of lost track of which day it is. Is it like day 6? I think it might be day 6. But welcome back. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. If you've been watching all of the 12 days of tutorials, let me know in the comments down below so far which look has been your favorite. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different because all of my looks I feel like have been very warm toned and very, you know, just on the warmer side of things, or purpley or whatever, and that's super in right now. Warm tones like oranges and purples are so in, but I wanted to do a little bit more of the cool tone side, and I wanted to rock out a silver and black look with a very dramatic lip. So this is what I created today, and I used the Lorac Pro 2 palette. And actually, like, backstory, if you guys have been following me for a long time, like, oops, about 2 or 3 years ago, this palette was my go-to. It was my ride or die palette. I loved it. I used it all the time, and then one day I just forgot about it. I put it to the side of my makeup collection. I started buying more and more makeup, and I stopped using it. And guess what? I used it today, and now I remember why I love Lorac Pro shadows so much. Lorac Pro formula, I think, is a little bit different than just like your basic Lorac. Like, they have a more luxurious side and then they have a more basic side, and this is the more luxurious formula. They also always have like the Mega Pro palettes, and I think the Mega Pro palette 4 is available on Ulta right now. I'm sorry, my dog casually barks throughout this video, and I've yelled at him to shut up, and he does not stop because he's a little chihuahua that thinks he's super tough and has to bark at everything. Baxter, stop! Anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing. I just want you guys to know that I love this palette, and it's a permanent line palette, so you can get it whenever you want. So if you don't have your hands on it or on any of the Lorac Pro shadows, you should definitely go check them out because they have an amazing formula, and I just forgot how awesome they really are. So go check it out, and I'm gonna stop talking and we're gonna get on into today's tutorial. Okay, so I'm filming in a different time of day right now, so my lighting is different, and like, I've got shadows casting on me, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm sorry in advance for that. So I'm gonna start off, I'm using this palette the whole time. I'm not gonna change palettes. I'm gonna use solely this palette. So ignore my washing machine and my dryer. Like, I'm sorry if that bothers you. Like, let me know in the comments, and I'll do voiceovers when I'm doing my laundry because laundry days happen. Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna start, and I'm actually gonna use the color Nectar first, and I'm gonna use that as kind of a base color. And I am gonna zoom in a little bit more on my eyes so you guys can see it. But I'm gonna use this as a transition color. And I did already, I should have mentioned this before, I already laid down my base of the MAC 24-Hour Extend Eye Base along with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. So I'm just gonna take this into my crease. And I'm using a pretty light hand with it. I mean, this color isn't one of those insanely pigmented colors, so it's not going to like overtake the look or anything by any means. But it is a pretty pigmented color. It's just not like crazy. So that color is going to be pretty much washed away. So we are going to go ahead and blend it out just a little bit. But this look is going to be focused more on the grays and blacks, so that shade is going to kind of dissipate. So now we're going to step on over to this color called Cool Gray, which used to be my favorite. I always created like gray looks with this palette. This palette was one of my favorite palettes for the longest time too. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my crease as well. But if you have been following me for several years, I did create several makeup looks with this palette at one point in time. Okay, so I'm actually going to work from dark to light today. Sometimes I like to do it the other way around, but today I feel like working from dark to light just so we don't get too crazy. So what I'm going to start out with is actually this black shade over here. And it's literally called black. I love how super just original the Lorac shade names are. But I'm going to take this shade. This brush I'm using is a Sigma E45 blender brush. And I'm just going to take it in that outer V area of my eye. And this is where I want to create the most like dark, dramatic look. And I'm going to make sure I keep that other brush on hand because I'm going to go back in and I'm going to blend out the black with that cool gray again. I am going to take just a little bit of cool gray, and I'm going to just buff over those edges a little bit. So now I'm actually going to step on over into charcoal, which is right next to black, and I'm going to use that in the center, like kind of the center, and blend it over. We don't want to take away from the black, obviously. But I do want that little transition from the black to the charcoal. And if you have to step back into the black a little bit to touch up, you sure can. So now we're going to go into the shade Silver, which is the shade here. Again, such original shade names, let me tell you. And I'm just going to use a MAC 242 for this. And I'm going to blend this on into, starting at the inner corner and then kind of diffusing it into that charcoal shade. So I'm actually just going to use on a pencil brush the shade Cool Gray, and then I'm going to take a flat shader brush, a smudge brush, sorry, it's a Sigma 21, and I'm going to use the black. So then for the brow bone, I'm going to take the shade Buff, which is that first shade in the palette. Gosh, I love this palette so much. I'm so glad I'm using it today. Like, I forgot how much I love it. And then for my inner corner, I'm just going to jump on over to the shade Snow, and I'm going to use that one. Alright, now I'm going to apply my eyeliner, and I'm going to switch things up a little bit. I have this Marc Jacobs pen liner. I don't know what this is actually called, but it's in the shade Blacker. It's the Magic Marker Precision Pen Eyeliner. Honestly, I found this in my makeup drawer when I was going through it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to use that today. And then I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs. Somebody else used my eyeliner today. Alright, so I'm going to quickly go pop on some mascara and lashes, and I will be right back. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to contour my face, and that is going to be with what I have talked about like all week, and that's MAC's Gimme Sun. And I am going to zoom out a little bit for this part because I don't feel like you need to be as close to my face when I'm doing the rest of my face. And then I'm going to use the blush that came in my like birthday present this year from Sephora, and it's the Party blush, and I don't know, I just really like it. Honestly, I have no idea if this is a blush you can get outside of like your birthday present at Sephora, and I hope it is because it's really pretty. And then for my highlighter, I'm going to use the Mary Illuminizer highlighter, which is one of my favorite highlighters. I've had this one forever, by the bomb. So good. This was like the first highlighter I owned that shook me to my core. This was so good. Now I feel like so many highlighters have this same like glow factor, but this one was like the first one to have it, so it's an OG. So I wanted to do something really dramatic and vampy with my lips. So I decided to go with the Kat Von D Vampira liquid lipstick. Honestly, the last time I used this, I wish my dog would stop. The last time I used this, I needed a lip liner, but I'm going to try to use it without one and see how it goes. Alright, and that is the completed makeup look for today. I always finish off my makeup with my MAC Fix Plus, but it's clear over there and I am not getting up again for like the third time, just because I forgot my Fix Plus once again. So, imagine me setting my face with that, and then that's a completed makeup look. So, my makeup today does not match with my outfit at all, but it's totally fine. You know, like I've got this like really like girly, like happy shirt on, and then I've got this like dramatic, dark, vampy face makeup, but it's whatever because I never really match my makeup to my outfit. Like, who actually does that? But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Let me know any other makeup looks that you would like to see me recreate, and I will talk to all of you guys tomorrow. Bye everyone.
Why? Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Better than